Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we peel back the layers and find out if the fancy corporate speak is hiding something less than stellar. Today we are diving into a fascinating amendment from Keemo Fashion Group Limited, a company that looks like it just had a little paperwork mix-up. It seems like they initially reported a big sale of their stock to the wrong person. We're going to decode what that means and if it's a sign of bigger things. Before we dive in, if you are digging these deep dives into SEC filings, smash that like button and definitely subscribe if you have not already. Also, for more exclusive content and to connect with us beyond these videos, join our Discord community linked in the description below. Alright, so Keemo Fashion Group Limited originally filed a report on the 25th of April 2025 and now they are filing an amendment. Think of an amendment like a correction or an update to a document they already sent. This one is specifically to Fix, who bought a whole bunch of their stock. It says here that on the 2nd of January 2025, they entered into a stock purchase agreement. This means a deal was struck to sell shares of the company. Now, the initial report got the buyer wrong. It used to say a person named Huang Jia bought a massive chunk of shares, around 34.2 million. But the correction is that it wasn't an individual person, it was actually a company called Guangwen Global Group Limited. This company is based out of the British Virgin Islands. Now, why is this correction important? Well, when a company sells a huge percentage of its stock, especially to a new entity, it can signal a change in control. In the original report, they said this sale made the buyer an approximate 62% holder of the voting rights. This means the new owner essentially has the power to make most of the big decisions for Keemo Fashion Group. The transaction was finally completed on the 25th of April 2025. The price, it sounds like a steal at $0.005 per S-hair. So this change in control is a pretty significant event for any company. It means fresh leadership or at least a new dominant shareholder who can steer the company in a new direction. The source of the money for this purchase came from the personal funds of the controlling person behind Guangwen Global Group Limited. What this tells us is that this is not a corporate acquisition funded by bank loans, but rather by an individual investor or group using their own money. This amendment also confirms that Lulu, who is listed as the Chief Executive Officer, President, Secretary, Treasurer, and Director of Keemo Fashion Group Limited, is the one signing off on this correction. Given Lulu is also identified as the seller in the stock purchase agreement, this suggests that Lulu was selling their stake and in doing so lost control of the company. It is a bit of a full circle moment where the person who was in charge is now selling their majority ownership. Now let's think about what this means. A change of control like this can bring a lot of uncertainty for existing shareholders, employees, and even customers. Will the new owner bring new capital and a fresh strategy for growth, or will it lead to significant restructuring and job cuts? The low price per S-hair of $0.005 also suggests that the company might have been struggling or was undervalued prior to this sale. It takes a lot of courage from an investor to put in their personal funds to acquire a significant stake in a company, especially when it signals a complete change in control. For Keemo Fashion Group, it means a new chapter is about to begin, and investors will be watching closely to see what the new management or ownership has planned. The fact that this is an amendment and not an initial report might indicate that the initial filing had some administrative or reporting errors. It does not necessarily mean any foul play, but certainly highlights the importance of accuracy in corporate disclosures. Looking at Keemo Fashion Group Limited, it's important to understand their business. While this filing doesn't give us detailed financial tables, it does tell us about ownership. In the future, we will want to see how Guangwen Global Group Limited, who is now the majority owner, plans to impact the company's performance. If they are injecting new capital or have a strong turnaround strategy, it could be a positive sign. However, if the company was facing deep-rooted problems, the change in ownership might just be the first step in a long and difficult journey. Overall, this amendment is a significant event for Keemo Fashion Group. It confirms a change in control and corrects the record on who is now in the driver. S-seat, the implications of this new ownership will unfold over time, and it's a situation we will be keeping an eye on here at Corporate Decoder. Alright, that's our breakdown of the Keemo Fashion Group Limited amendment. What's your take on this change of control and the correction of the filing? Do you think this new ownership will be a positive or negative for the company? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss. If you found this analysis valuable, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more regular updates uncovering what's really going on behind the corporate curtain. And remember to join our Discord community linked in the description below for more exclusive insights and discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.